My name's Tim Anderson. We're in Bina in South Gippsland. We've got 250 acres here. Finishing cattle is attractive to us because of the turnaround that we can produce them. So we try and keep to about 6 months, which is just attractive for us. Keeps the financial cash flow going. We have pasture cattle. It's grass-fed, so we sell to Greenhams under their program, grass-fed only and AB-free. We did start finishing them off with just pasture alone, and we found they were taking way too long to finish. Moved over to hay and then silage after that, just chasing that better quality feed. We couldn't seem to produce it to the quality we needed in South Gippsland. The weather's just too cold, so we eventually moved over to pellets, and that supplements our pasture when pastures are low or not as good quality. The Barastoc pasture beef pellets is what we use to finish them off. It's grass-fed only, so it ticks those boxes. We find that it just finishes the cattle perfectly, so we try and keep the amount they're fed down to about a third of their diet, so it's mostly pasture they get from the paddocks, but the Barastoc pasture beef just really finishes them. We get a delivery about once a week, only because we've only got a 10-tonne silo. Out of the silo it gets drawn into our feed shed. We bring cattle in each morning, about 20 to 40 minutes they finished and they go back out. They take about 3 to 5 days to get them started on pellets. We normally add a little bit of molo mix just to entice them, just to start licking it. 3 days is probably about the average. Some groups, after about a day or two, they're into it and they just love it. So, other than that, I wouldn't say there's any restrictions. They come into the shed, so weather doesn't really affect it. It affects me bringing them into the shed, but that's about it. The people at Ridley are great. They're always available on the phone. If we've ever got a problem, we just give them a ring. Usually come out, have a look, see what's happening. If there is something wrong, yeah, no problem at all. The trucks come when we need them and the feed gets delivered. Definitely consumer demand that's driving pasture beef. Our processors, they want grass-fed only. Our challenges are we can't finish cattle in the winter especially, so we need a product that can just supplement what they can't get out of the pasture and let them finish that product, all while meeting those guidelines. The Never Ever program, they've never had antibiotics and they've only ever eaten grass. So they're producing prime beef, which is a premium cuts to their customers, and that's what they're asking us for. So those programs, we have to adhere to a lot of specifications, not just the grass-fed only and the AB-free, but also that we're sustainable. So there's all those programs in where we're trying to improve ourselves and meet a growing demand. So my background is I grew up in the city. I was an electrician. When I met my wife, her grandmother lived out here. As the years went on, we thought, wouldn't it be nice to go and get into the country? So we had a great idea to grow pigs. We eventually got out of pigs after about 4 or 5 years and got into cattle and just haven't looked back. Winters are cold and wet for about 9 months of the year, but we love it. We started off with just some dairy cross steers. Didn't really know what we were doing, but we've been able to learn and just ask the questions of people, ask the questions of Ridley, of our neighbours, anyone who'll answer really, and trying to listen to people who are doing it well.
We've been dealing with Tim for a number of years on his beef property. Tim finishes Angus heifers, so we work in with him, supplying him our Pasture Beef 15 pellet. When Tim's finishing cattle through the winter, we'll deliver a 10-tonne load every week. Pasture Beef 15, the product itself is GMO-free, antibiotic-free and grain-free, so we are very cautious in the production of that product when we make it at our Maffra mill, that the grain-free products are segregated. There's flushes run between runs, just so that we can assure that there's no grain coming onto farm when we deliver the product. We've been working closely with Tim for over 3 years now. Very progressive and always looking at ways to get better and ways to improve his operation. And that all fits in with the sustainability and the grass-free programs that he's associated with. We really enjoy teaming with people with the like mind to Ridley, like Tim, that want to finish a really premium product.